Hey everybody, we are back with another video from the blog. This is another one that I did on the truck. And we are going to be playing with pork belly today. So it's another one for pork belly. Make sure that you check out our other videos on pork belly. We have oven baked pork belly. We have the buffalo pork belly bites and the burnt ends pork belly on there. So make sure you check those out. And today we are going to do a dish called Country Fried Cabbage. Now, I'm also a country boy. I was originally from Ohio, so this was something that was very common where I came from. And it was always delicious. Usually we cooked it with bacon. So I did a slight variance on it and I made it with sausage and pork belly. Now, one of the things that would happen on the road is whenever I went to go buy pork belly, most of the time it was a pre-made pork belly, and I didn't really have a whole lot of options to use it. So I actually designed this recipe to be used with pre-cooked pork belly. However, if you want to chop up the oven crispy pork belly and put it in this, or the burnt ends pork belly, it would be delicious. If you want to add a little spice to it and you want to do the buffalo pork belly, you could definitely do that. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to shred up some cabbage. Okay, you want some nice thin strips of cabbage to go in the dish, and I use a full head. The reason why I use a full head is because any vegetable like this is full of water. It shrinks down. So it looks like a lot until you cook it, and then it's not as much as you thought it was. So we're going to go ahead and start preheating our pan. I got my cast iron skillet here. I do have a video on the maintenance of a cast iron skillet, how to maintain it, how to restore them if you find one that's all rusted, or if you've had one in storage or something like that and it doesn't look like the way it's supposed to be. I got a video on the maintenance and care and restoration of the cast iron skillet. So if you want to check that out, that's on our YouTube channel. And if you want to check out our other pork belly recipes and videos, we actually have a pork belly playlist. And you can add to your pork belly repertoire, as it will, by seeing all the ways that we do pork belly. And all the ways that we do in pork belly are very easy. Another easy way to make the pork belly for this, if you can't find the pre-cooked, is just to pan fry the pork belly. And we have a video on that as well. All right. And also look for the recipes on the blog, and that's carriebrown.com. Check the link below. Also, always check our videos, because oftentimes we can get really cool deals with different businesses and offer some discounts to you so that you can get some things a little less expensive. All right. So typically, I would do this as kind of a breakfast dish, and I would add like a fried egg on top when I was done or something like that. But you could eat this just plain right out of the pan or on a bowl if you want. So we're going to start here. I have my pork belly and I have my sausage. Both of them are pre-cooked, and we'll go ahead and toss those in, and I'm just going to start warming them up. This is a great dish that you could actually do with like leftovers. As those are warming up, I have some onion I'm going to toss in there and go ahead and let that start cooking with the other stuff that's warming up. And I got some leeks. Now, leeks is also an unusual addition to this that you don't often find in the common recipe in the country or the South, but it adds a really nice flavor to it. And If you're unsure of how to prepare leeks, check out Carrie's video on how to use the leek. We actually had a request from somebody in Carrie's masterclass, I believe it was. One of Carrie's masterclasses that was like, I don't know what to do with a leek. What the hell is this thing? And we went ahead and Carrie did a leek video to show everybody how to use one. So we're going to let that warm up. Now, one of the great things about this is it's a combo of sweet and savory. It can be spicy too. If you want it spicy, add some hot sauce or add some spicy pork belly or whatnot. You'd add some red chili pepper flake. But this is going to be a very sweet and, well, a slightly sweet and tangy savory dish. So it plays on a lot of different flavors all at once, which is really cool. So when we're ready, toward the end, we have some apple cider vinegar and we have some maple flavored syrup. Now, I wanted to talk about this real quick because there are a lot of maple flavored syrups out on the market. There's easy to find like L'Encanto and a few others. But the one that I really like to use is the one from Nature's Hollow. It's one of the best non-caloric, non-sugar maple flavored syrups I think I found, and it actually has a bit more thickness to it than your average maple flavored syrup by some of the other companies. And also another really good one, and they actually have a little bit of a variety, is Chalk Zero. And they have like a maple pecan and a few others that are really good that you could use. And you can check the link below. We do have discounts on Chalk Zero. And that would be a good thing to keep in your pantry for all kinds of dishes, not just doing pancakes and waffles and things like that. If you want to add a little sweetness and a slightly different flavor to something, you could definitely use that syrup. So, we're cooking things up here. The sausage we're using is actually a really good clean ingredient sausage we found at Costco. And you have to be careful if you're doing keto and you're trying to keep things clean. You really want to read the packages to the sausage because unfortunately sausage often has some very nefarious ingredients in it. And we can link below to some cleaner ingredient sausage. So check that out. But you'll often see things like dextrose, fructose, and a bunch of chemical ingredients added to sausage. You want to try to find the most natural you can. And that'll help you out a lot on your diet because if you're eating ketogenic, you want to limit those carbs. And you can get a lot of hidden carbs in hot dogs and processed meats and sausages and things like that. A lot more than you expect. And if you're having trouble getting into ketosis or you're having trouble with fat loss, that could be the reason. So you really want to keep your eye out. A really good company for a lot of products that don't have sugar and really clean ingredients is Peterson Farms. Also BUTCHERBOX is really good. You can check them out. Again, check links. Anything that I mentioned here we'll have links to. So that's starting to warm up, and I'm going to go ahead and throw my garlic in. First, I was about to throw in the cabbage and I almost forgot the garlic. There we go. And I'm going to start throwing my cabbage on. Now, I did this in the truck a lot, and I would always have like this big thing of cabbage, and I wouldn't think it would fit in the pan, but it's amazing how small this stuff cooks out. So when you put some in there, you can just let it cook down a little bit and then add some more. I would also make this dish in my Ninja Foodie quite a bit because it has a saute function, and we actually have a 101 video on the Ninja Foodie, so I break down what I like about it, what I don't like about it. I've actually used it to make this dish. Everything from browning the sausage on the sear saute mode or on the air fry mode to doing the cabbage and everything in there. And the sear saute mode doesn't heat up a lot, but it really, you can still get close to what you're doing in the skillet. So there's a variety of ways you can actually cook this. The skillet actually happens to be my favorite way of doing it. It's a little large. So I'm just going to kind of move this around and tuck everything in here. And actually the skillet that the electric skillet that I used to make this on the truck was probably twice the size of this. So it was, I believe, you can find it on Amazon, but it was a Bella extra large family size skillet, electric skillet. And it's pretty cool. It definitely has the volume and the capacity to do larger meals. So you might want to check that out as well. And what was really one of the really fun things about this dish also is I got to make this at the Keto Fest in New London in Connecticut when I got to go out with, check that out, Carl. I actually did a demo of this dish up on stage. And it was kind of my first time doing a cooking show. And if you haven't noticed, I'm kind of new at doing these cooking shows. So I'm kind of learning how to do this as we do them. So stick with me. I'm going places I don't even know where I'm going. Hey everybody, we're back. We got our cabbage cooking down. I'm going to hit it with a little S&P. Get that in there. One of the things I love about this dish too is if you're on a budget and you're trying to keto, this is definitely a very budget-friendly meal. All right, we're going to go ahead and toss our vinegar and our maple flavored syrup in. And I'm only using a touch of maple flavored syrup. It's just to give it a little bit of sweetness and a little bit of that maple flavor. And you could really smell it once you put it in there. It really starts coming off. Like I said, check below for some links. If you have trouble finding the maple flavored syrup, check below for the links, because we got some links for stuff. Like Chalk Zero, and we'll put a link in there for Nature's Hollow. And probably an Amazon link for other maple flavored syrups as well, so you can find which one that you like. And we're all done with this. So, we got a quick, healthy meal, simple ingredients, really good on the budget, very filling. Feed this dish right here, probably feed a good family of 4 or feed you for a few days. All right, everybody, have a great day.